Hello everyone, Treecks here, and welcome to Legend of Zelda Part 5. Why am I talking in an accent, by the way? Never mind, I'll call the white coats later. Anyway, we have just beaten Dungeon 4, and we're going back in. And why? Well, I forgot one thing. I never mentioned what this place is called, and therefore what it resembles. You can kinda see it, it's a little hard to see, but if you look at the map of this place, it's a snake. This part. Great start, Treecks. Let's try again. This dungeon resembles a snake. Gotta love them snakes. In case you wondered, the ropes were... Now come on! That happened last time. Not again! Oh my god, that enemy spot's in a really annoying spot. And again! Finally, I have him. Okay. What am I doing? Why am I doing a Let's Play channel? I can barely talk, I can barely play, I can do anything. I can game, I can talk. You need to do both for a Let's Play channel. What the hell am I doing here? I'm still doing it, by the way. I know. Funny moments. Works way better than putting in funny moments with the script. That never works. All the spontaneous stuff happening. Everything improvised. Way more natural, way more fun. Anyway, let's get serious finally. What the heck are we doing? Well, we just got the step ladder. Or just ladder, I prefer to call it ladder. And we are going to use it immediately for a heart container we have seen from the very beginning of the game. We weren't able to get, and now we can. Where am I going? I need to go to the ocean. There you go. Doesn't really matter, going the way I was going to at first also works eventually. But I think taking the coastline is a little bit faster. And once again mentioning, this is an excellent spot for rupee grinding if you can't find yourself some rupee caves or get yourselves lucky in the gambling minigame. There's a lot of Octoroks here. Usually, and also a lot of Tektites if you use the route from the very beginning of the game. Those enemies really tend to drop a lot of blue rupees. And also fairies apparently, getting a lot of those as well. I still need a lot of rupees. There's 3 things I need to buy. There we finally got the heart container. And with that we can continue with our quest of grabbing stuff. Ow, I was pretty sure I was pressing A. As you may see, the blue ring already helping a lot. That blue Octorok that hit me didn't even damage me. Well, technically it did. Normally, getting attacked by a normal energy ball does 1/2 heart of a damage, and this blue ring reduces that to 1/4 of a heart. However, 1/4 of a heart of damage does not show up in this game yet. There's no quarters of hearts yet. They technically are, but they don't show up on the life meter. So, getting hit twice by those kinds of energy beams, that will make you lose 1/2 of a heart. So don't think you're invincible by these 1-heart enemies, because you're not. It just takes longer before you actually start taking the damage. Right, we're going all the way to the west of Hyrule now. There's a place I have been ignoring for the longest time. But there's actually some stuff we need to get. And now is a good time to do it, because one very important thing is over there. We couldn't get it before, because we didn't have enough hearts for it. Now we do. With that we're also going to grab everything else in that region. Yeah, P-heads are annoying, you can't kill them when they're flying. Back at that Death Mountain, the very first death I had, and the only one, actually. Alright, one of these ladders I need to take down. There's a shop over here. Is it? It's a shop, right? Yeah, it's a shop. I don't need any of these, so... Alright, on this screen it's a little bit obscure, but I believe one of these armos hides one of our items. Which one was it again? I forget already. Yeah, sometimes they move fast, sometimes they move slow. Yep, there we go. Power Bracelet. The Power Bracelet, which shows up on the very top of the screen. Not an equipable item. It is an... Well, it's not an item we can use for our B button, I mean. It's an equipment item nonetheless. But this gives us the ability to push heavy stuff. And heavy stuff pushing is what we want to do. There's one example over there. I might show that off quickly. Let's not get killed by the Lionels. I've already mentioned those are the most fearsome enemies in this game. Right, which one was it again? This rock can now be pushed. You cannot do it without the Power Bracelet. And if you go in here, the old man is in here. Take any road you want, he says. And there are 3 staircases show up. I'm not going to take it right now, because I don't need to. I want to be in this part of Hyrule. But this is a warp point. There's multiple ways of warping. The other one we're going to find in the next dungeon. But this is also one of them. There's a couple of places in Hyrule where you have these rock formations. If you go in them, you get the option to pick some stairs. And these stairs take you to other places in Hyrule. For example, there's one at the very beginning of the game where the Tektite route begins. If you go east from the starting point, there's one over there as well. So you can warp yourself to other places in Hyrule without walking the distances. Even though I'm not too sure why you wouldn't do it. This game isn't that big. It's an old game, so not too much of an overworld yet. Please don't compare this game's overworld to Breath of the Wild. That wouldn't be fair. Alright, this is where we want to be. The very western edge of Hyrule is the graveyard. There's Poes here who take a ton of hits. However, there's one little thing hidden here. And which one was it again? I believe one of the middle ones. No, not that one. If you hit these gravestones, Poes will show up. But one of them... Yeah, this is the one. Hidden staircase. Once again, you need the Power Bracelet in order to push this. And going in here... And we get another master using it, and you can have this. It is the ultimate sword. The level 3 sword in this game, the magical sword. With this we do the ultimate damage output we can get. There's no stronger sword in this game. Usually Zelda games go to 3 power-ups, if you count the very first one you get, the level 1 sword. This game... No exception, the very first game is the one who started the trend, you might even say. We have the level 3 sword now, nothing can hurt us. That's not true, they can still hurt us, but we can hurt them back very big now. Where are we going? Can I get something else? Think. That's the downside of doing everything from memory. I don't think so, actually, so, I can warp now, I think. Let's go in here. I need to go to the other side of Hyrule, and I have no idea which one is fastest. Let's go in this one. This is not the way I want it. That's the where I came from. Come on, game, give me something. Why can't I remember where all these stairs take me? Well, it's a good thing, because I can show off where every staircase takes you. You might see it as a plus side for that. Is it random or something? Because I'm pretty sure I didn't take that one. I want to go to the northeast. This is the one I want. Of course it takes me 14,000 tries to get there, but I still got it eventually. Okay. Let's go to Dungeon 5 now. There's nothing I can think of. I want to have rupees. I'm not too sure how many, because there's something we can buy in this dungeon. Alright. This dungeon is quite complicated, because you may notice if I go to this screen and I go up in the screen, or any other direction, the screen loops. And no, it's not a screen that is just similar to the one we just left. You can see on the map we stay on the same screen. See? No shift in the map. But the trick is to just keep going up, and eventually the game is tired and says, okay, you can go up. Dungeon 5. Alright, I'm gonna wait until we get the map to say what the dungeon resembles. More fun that way, in case somebody's watching who hasn't seen this game before. Can't imagine that, by the way. Who in this point hasn't played the original Legend of Zelda? New enemies, Paul's voice. We get an item which can kill them quickly in a minute, but not quite yet. They take a ton of hits, as you can see. Even our level 3 sword takes a while before they die. But here we go. There's nothing else we can do in here, so let's just move back. And let's move into the dungeon proper now. This room was just to get a key. Alright, we have these dark rooms again. Oh, dark rooms. Why am I keep saying that, and why am I keep thinking of the wrong stuff when I say it? It's the downside of being a grown-up. Sometimes you can't think straight anymore. Right, one of these Gyptos has a key, so make sure you get them. Go up here, important stuff here. There is the dongos here. Might as well kill them. Huh? Oh, I pressed the A button. B is the item. Watch them not giving us anything. Really, just bombs? What? Damn you, game. I was pretty sure this was for a key. Map over here. First, light up the room. Yep, you need to come from this way. Any other way, inaccessible. And we get the map. This is supposed to resemble a lizard, I believe. This is the lizard dungeon. I don't really see the resemblance, to be honest. Even though I'm a big fan of lizards. It's my favorite type of animals, as you may know. But still, I don't really see it in this one. It's not that easy to make something out of it in blocks. It's apparently what it is supposed to be, so I'm just gonna go for that. Right, key. Let's go down. There's no other way to go from here. Gyptos with a bomb inside of it, which I can use because I wasted a lot of bombs. I'm at max again, which is still 8. Alright, there's no place to go here, as you can see. So, you may wonder, we're locked in, because this door is also locked, but taking a close look at the map shows that there is a room to the left of us. Yeah. You need to blow up walls. Note, this is not the first time it's introduced. This is something that can be found in other dungeons as well. Oh dang it, blue dark nuts. God save me. But this is the first time it's actually required, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, very first time I played this game, I was stuck there for the longest time. I had no idea you can bomb walls. I knew that's a thing in Zelda games, but it is very obscure in this game, because normally you have these cracks in walls you can see, or you can tap the wall with your sword to hear different sounds and everything. As you may see, that's also not a thing in this game, so it was really obscure to find some of these. It was eventually indeed the dungeon map that saved me. But hey, there's a room to the left. I know there's stuff there, so first thing I did is, of course, throw a bomb. And indeed, blow up bombable walls in this game. Not again. And they take a lot of hits. Or, no. They do a lot of damage. That's what I meant to say. They of course take a lot of hits, but not with the magical sword. You can kill them easy with that. Dang it, this is hard. Stop hitting me. Finally. You do need to kill them all, because pushing this block doesn't work if they're not all dead. Explained this in an earlier dungeon. Alright, dungeon item time. Finally. And the dungeons get gradually harder. Whistle! Looks like a whistle. The official name for this item is the recorder. And we'll see what it does in a minute. I'm not going to use it right now. But it is a recorder, it is a whistle, it's something you can make sound with. That's all you need to remember for now. That's its purpose. Right, let's go through this locked door now. Let's try to get in this room safely without getting hit. There's a lot of keys here. Right. The key was already there, so you don't really have to kill the keys, but I still did it because I wanted hearts, but they didn't give me any. Alright, this is where we needed the money for. I bet you'd like to have more bombs. This guy for 100 rupees sells you a bomb upgrade. Totally worth the price. Now we can carry 4 more bombs maximum. We have 12 in our capacity now. And I do consider this required for 100%, so take it. Right, that's all we can do in this part of the dungeon, I'm pretty sure, so let's go back through the staircase we came in. Yeah, Dungeon 5 is not only enemy-wise a lot harder, as you may notice, it's also, when it comes to navigating, a little bit tougher. Because this dungeon introduces these staircases with these underground 2D sections, which take you all the way to the other part of a dungeon. Which can be quite annoying, because you can't really trust the map anymore. Thinking, oh, this is where I need to go, try to get to that room. Not always possible. Sometimes you get stuck in a certain position, because other parts of the dungeon that look like they are connected to the part you are, can only be accessed through a staircase on the other side of a dungeon. And these staircases don't show up on the map. So they're quite vicious when it comes to that. Right, can I go out of this room? Apparently not. Then I'll go through a wall. Also works. Let's light up the room. All the way back to the beginning, by the way, now. So we still need to find the compass. Yeah, sorry for the silence. I'm trying to think of where the compass was. I do want to clear the dungeon 100% when it comes to its items. And I'm not too sure where the compass is at this time. Once again, kill all the enemies. And you see why. Any enemy room can give you a prize, and keys are definitely worth getting. Yeah, these dark nuts can be annoying. They're a little tricky to get to the side or behind them. Oh, there it is. It's just an enemy drop from kill all enemies in a room. That's why I can't remember, because it isn't really required to look for it. Right, more key. Ah, dang it, get hit by the candle. Right, let's try out the recorder. Apparently I misremembered. I'm pretty sure playing a flute-like enemy, item, kills all the Polfoys always. And apparently that's not the case in the very first one. I was pretty sure it was. Sorry for the misinformation. When I said these Polfoys can be killed in an easier way later on. Not true. The Pulse Voice trick doesn't work in this game yet. But trust me, they will in a later Zelda. That apparently starts becoming a thing in Link's Awakening. There the Pulse Voice get killed by the Ocarina. But the recorder doesn't work on them. But don't worry. An enemy will show up where they do work, so you don't have to wait too long. Oh, we're at 20 minutes already. This video has been quite chaotic. But we're almost done, so I'm going to finish it. This boss is easy. I'm going to ignore all you, I don't care for you. Boss time, Dick Dogger. And Dick Dogger has one big weakness. The recorder. This time it will work. You can't hurt it until you play the recorder, then it becomes very small. And you can kill it in 2 hits with the magical sword. Right, no reason to go to the room to the south. That's just a trap. Don't do it. Triforce of Wisdom, Part 5. I survived this dungeon, barely. Enemies were tough. But still doable. But trust me, they will become harder. Next time, when Dungeon 6 will be on the agenda. See you next time. Treecks out.